I'm with Ed Calverley, Director of Product at Suitcase TV. Ed, hi.
Hi there.
What technology trends do you expect to see at IBC this year?
IBC is going to very much follow in the vein of NAB. It's all going to be about interoperability and SMPTE 2110. So more people talking about what they can do working together. And I think we've been quite at the heart of that for some time. So yeah, it'll be more of the same, really. People will be getting a bit sick of it, I'm sure. But
I don't think so. I think it's the interoperability part of it is still at the exciting, hey, we can do this stage, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I think we kind of take it for granted sometimes because we've been doing it for a while now. But yeah, I think customers are starting to expect it as a standard, and with 2110 becoming a standard, it makes it a little bit easier to, to not guarantee that interoperability yet, but make it certainly a safer thing to assume it's going to work.
Coming to Suitcase, your Iphrame system has got a lot of attention recently. Where do you see it going now?
So yeah, with Iphrame was always a very modular framework which was quite hard to contain and constrain. So our efforts have really been to focus on the productization of that. So we started at NAB with the launch of the flyaway solution, just a small scale, very much targeted at a particular end of the market. At IBC we're going to be launching more packaged solutions to kind of suit different architectures of different numbers of inputs, different ways of operating, both single stage and multi-stage, but also things that people might not have expected, like remote commentary and other ways of using the technology. So yeah, it should be quite an interesting IBC for us.
And does the standardization and SMPTE 2110 play into this?
2110 is important, but it's not the only part of it. At the moment, we're working the a lot of compressed signals for handling the proxies, and that's an area where the standards are a bit lacking at the moment. So we see 2110 as an important step. We're taking some of the concepts of 2110 and using that to support some of the other activities we're doing. So we're very keen on maintaining our support of the groups like AMWA's NMI project, that's kind of focusing on where are the holes in this interoperability and trying to contribute to that process. So, yeah.
Terrific. And you're presenting a paper as well. What are you talking about in the conference?
Yeah, so I'm the particular paper I just submitted last week. It's focusing on remote live production, basically looking at the architectures people use today and how IP is enabling that to be done in different ways, and leading into potentially ways that could be used that people haven't thought of yet, which obviously happen to be the way that Iphrame is used. And I think it should be quite an interesting insight into some of the trials we've done with existing customers and the feedback we've got from those trials. So hopefully people will learn. And
again, underlining that the 2110, the uncompressed route, is not the only solution, that there are ways of
yeah, I mean, 2110 is kind of the next step on from 2022-6. That's replacing SDI with IP cables. Obviously, everyone believes that the true move to IP is more about virtualization, software-based solutions. 2110 is really just an enabler of moving signals between processes. We need to do a lot more than just moving signals around to actually make something new.
Yeah. Terrific. You're in Hall 2 at IBC,
yep.
stand 2.C10.
That's right.
All of this stuff is on display?
Yep, so we've got a brand new design stand for this year, which we're quite excited about. So we're going to be obviously showcasing Iphrame and the package solutions we've got there, also showing our existing suite of solutions for the file-based workflows and media asset management. And we're also quite excited that this year at IBC we're hoping to have a couple of rather large collaborations with other broadcast vendors, which are under embargo at the moment, but hopefully if you check back later, we'll have more news on.
Terrific. IBC is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, which is scary. I don't go back to the first one, but it's been around for 50 years now. When was your first IBC, and what are you looking forward to this year?
My first one, actually, I attended the conference when I was a lecturer at BBC Training. So I've actually seen it from the conference side. I've then been an attendee and then moved into exhibiting. So I've been exhibiting for about 15 years now. So it's, yeah, I've seen quite a few changes in the time, but yeah, you never quite get bored of IBC, but it's more about just the chance to network and meet all the people that you don't get to see very often. And hopefully this year as well, with some of the activities that are going on, we've brought on a number of resellers, so we're hoping that with everything we'll have on the stand, it'll be a good springboard to introduce new customers to Iphrame and hopefully lead on to lots of new opportunities. So.
Sounds terrific. I look forward to seeing you in Amsterdam in September.
You'll be more than welcome.
Thanks very much, Ed.